Hello, hello. Welcome to Melanin and Manga. I'm your girl, Sheena, She the Geek, and Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope that is treating you well. And with New Year's comes new goals and, new ambitions to do things. So I wanted to tell you something that I plan on doing for the new year. So you can see my shelves, and your girl is running out of room. So I said to myself, we need to, unhaul some stuff. But to unhaul some stuff, we also need to read some of the stuff that we have not read. So I challenged myself to go through these shelves on this side and see what I haven't read and get it all read and get rid of them if I do not absolutely love them. So yeah, so I'm just going to see how many I can get read in the month of January and just show what I did read and see what I'm going to unhaul. So yeah, and that's about it. Let's see. So I'm going to start pulling out a bunch of books and I'm going to show you guys what I do have to read. So yeah, I have a pretty good stack here. Don't judge me. But I have some work cut out for me, and I am off right now from work for the next couple of weeks, so I will definitely be putting in work. I think I'm gonna do like a weekly check-in and let you know what I've been reading and just briefly go over. I'm trying to keep it nice and simple and sweet. So yeah, Wish me luck, y'all. Alright, week 1 is down, and I think I did a pretty good job, so let's check this out, see what I got. So I started off with The Horizon. I know that this is a webtoon, and you can read it online, but I ended up picking it up anyways. Story about basically the world going to shit, like everybody's killing everybody, but you follow this little boy and witness him, like, you know, lose everything, starving, everything, and then he just decides to, like, just walk, you know, and he ends up meeting another kid, a girl around his age, and they basically just stay together, and it's like their story, and it is heartbreaking. It is so good. At first I thought this was a silent comic because it was just like nothing but pictures at first, but then the talking and stuff comes along. Be warned that there is a bunch of heavy stuff that happens in this book. So there's a little boy and that a little girl that he meets, and you know, just facing things that you would in a post-apocalyptic or dystopia world. So I believe that there's 3 volumes, so I'll definitely be carrying on with this series because I loved it very much. Quick, easy read, but very impactful, if that makes sense. My mother's sneezing in the background. Next, I had The Titan's Bride. Oh my goodness. So I love me some BL, but this one, it had like absolutely like no plot. Like there were so many plot holes in this, and I mean, you know, the sexy times were good, but so you get to meet this boy right here, and he gets sucked into this Titan's world, and he is basically like his mate, and he's like, this Titan needs to get married to like keep his kingdoms together and stuff like that. And he's like, whoa, like what the fuck? Like I don't even know. I don't even like men. I've never like, are you serious? You're like 10 times my size. Like you're gonna, yeah, this is impossible. Like it was just a lot. But I don't like the way that the story moved. I felt like a lot was missing. But I mean, if you just want, you know, the good times, this is a book for you. There's more than one. I don't see me picking up any more of these. I can even show you like the very first, when you open it up, the first page, I was like, oh, okay, we just jumping right into this shit. That's fine. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I don't see me continuing on with this one. So. Okay. The next one is, I have the Sunspot. This one was really cute. This is another BL. You meet this guy, he's deaf, and this guy becomes his note taker in class because, you know, obviously he can't hear that well, and then they end up becoming friends, and he's very quiet and very reserved, you know, of course, because nobody understands his day-to-day, you know, but this boy tries to understand his day-to-day, and you know, you get to see that something is blossoming in between the two of them, and it's really cute. I like the way that they smile at each other and everything, and like get shy around each other, but they do look out for each other, and this is a very slow burn, and it's very cute. So I think I'll be continuing on with this one. All right, next one, another BL. And this one is Someday I'll Fall For You. So these are two friends, been friends forever. Both of them, well, he's had feelings for him for a very long time, and they end up experimenting with each other and like keeping it like basically like friends with benefits type shit, but then they start getting serious with each other. There's more than one? Okay, no thank you. I didn't really particularly care for this one. I don't know what it was missing. I couldn't fall in love with these characters. I didn't I can care less what they were doing for whatever reason. It just didn't hit right. So, I mean, it's cool for like somebody that is just like getting into BL, you know, but I don't know. It was missing something. All right. Continuing on with the same theme. I have The Monsters and the Beast, and this is a monster romance. Monster effing, you know. You meet this dude, and he is trying to get to this one village, and he has to go through the forest, and the people that he was with basically try to rob him and beat him up, and this monster comes out of nowhere and helps him, and he becomes his companion, and everybody's scared of him because of the way that he looks, and homeboy can care less, you know. He's just like flirting with him and everything. He doesn't know what to do. It's so funny, but yeah, he's like his companion through the forest. So, and then when they get out of the forest, he doesn't want to leave him, so you get to see what happens after they leave the forest. It's cute. I don't know if I want to continue on with it. It just doesn't, it's not like, oh yes, I need this. I know I love the monster romance, but it wasn't like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna get some more of these or anything. If I see it at the library, I think I'll pick it up and finish it, but other than that, I'm good. Then we have Day Off. This is very cute, very cute. I think this is just a one shot. I think it was a webtoons at one time. You just get to see these two fall in love with each other. They work at the same office, you know, like you get to experience like their first date and their first kiss and like them just hanging out. It's just like flashes of moments in their life, and like falling in love with each other. Very cute. One of my favorite moments is when he usually just wears his glasses at home, but he was running late one day and he had to wear his glasses, and like all the girls in the office were like, you know, Googling it, you know, like eye fucking him and everything. And he didn't like it. So nobody knows that they're together, you know, so they're keeping it on the low. And he got so mad and he went in and he's all like, take your glasses off, like, and then he tries to give him a hickey and stuff, like just to be, because he was just so frustrated and so jealous. But it was really cute the way he did it, you know, and his boyfriend was just so happy about it. But absolutely love it. If there was more, I don't know if there is more, but if there is more, then I would definitely get it. All right, Sheena, I think that's all you read was BL. We have these two babies. I think I already read this but didn't finish it because a lot of it sounds familiar. You meet these two boys. This one right here, he loves to read BL, and he's just very shy, very timid. He actually sees somebody getting beat out one day, and this guy comes to the rescue, and then they end up becoming friends, and he ends up trying to read the same books as he does, and you know, just like a little cute slow burn little romance starts, you know. So, but very, very cute. This will probably be another one that if I see like on sale or in the library or something that I would pick up. So I know that there's an anime for this one too. So this one's very, very cute. All right, another BL. I Cannot Reach You. Two friends that grew up together, basically just falling for each other, learning that they have feelings for each other. They're getting to the age where, you know, you start noticing, oh, who do you like and everything like that, you know, and people think that they like the opposite sex because they've never said anything different, but they have eyes for only for each other, but trying to keep it from each other, but they still feel the same way. They don't know that each other feels the same way. So very cute. I don't think I'm gonna continue on with this one. Like I said, there was just something that was like missing for me to be like, oh my god, I just love them, you know. So yeah, BL beginner readers, this is right up the alley, right up your alley. All right, I have one more BL. This is a manga, and here you are, and this is about like grumpy sunshine. You meet this guy. He is a campus advisor, and this one dude that he has the hots for comes to the school. He's very grumpy and doesn't talk to anybody. He tries to get him to, you know, notice him and do for him. And this one is a slow burn, but it's a good slow burn. And this one is so good. I love how he doesn't let people bully him for being queer, and he's just very, very like sharp tongue and just really cool. So and then the other guy, you know, he went through something, so that's why he's like really reserved with his feelings, or like even trying to get attached to somebody. But I just love their little interactions with each other, so I will definitely be picking up the second one. I think the second one just came out recently, so yep, love it. I wish it just came in paperback, because mangas are very expensive. Like, I think this one was like $25, so yeah, if I did not love it, then yeah, I would not be paying the money for that. Alright, 2 more. We have In the Clear Moonlight Dust. I don't know why it took me so long to read this. Like, I've had this on my shelf forever. These two, so he meet her, and everybody calls her Prince because she's so handsome. You know, she, at first glance, she looks like a boy. And then she meets this dude, and his friends call him a prince too. And it's like an instant attraction. As soon as they see each other, it's just like, oh my God. And he is just like so in awe of her. Okay, I love the way that he looks at her. And he basically just tries to, you know, like spend time with her. And then they do the fake dating situation. I'm just a fucking sucker for this silly ass fake dating. So but yeah, because she's not used to like boys noticing her in a feminine way, like actually like thinking that she's pretty and you know, wanting to spend time with her because she's a girl, you know. But he is just like, he don't give a fuck. He's just so in awe of her. So he's just taking his time and making her see that she doesn't have to always be, you know, princeling. She can be a princess and be treated like a princess. So definitely will be carrying. I have the second one for sure, but I will definitely continue on with this because the art inside is beautiful. I just want to see them fall in love. So then we have the last one, Try Again. When I saw this in the shop, I was like, oh, black people, I'm getting this. Black manga, cool. So this girl right here, she's an assassin, and the people, her family, her crime family, she has to end up like taking them out, and she ends up killing herself. Sorry, spoiler alert and trigger warnings. My bad. So she ends up offing herself, and she ends up going to the underworld, and she is now in debt with that being and that family in that sense. And then the family that she did take out is looking for her, you know, because for vengeance and everything. It's really good. It's so good. So I don't know if there's any more right now, but I'll definitely be continuing on with this. I like the art in it. The story moves very quickly, so yeah. And I think that is it. So yeah, I think I did a good job, because I be getting sidetracked, okay, and with social media and shit and just everyday life. But yeah, I'll be back. Okay, week 2 is down, and I think I did even better. So I'm like, go Sheena, okay, staying focused, staying on task. All right, so let's start with number 2 of In the Clear Moonlight Dust. Absolutely love this one. So just recently I just talked about number 1 and how they met, and number 2 is them just really trying to do this fake dating with each other, and they get to know each other, and I'm just swooning over them. They're just so cute. I love the way that they look at each other. I love how she's really like making him work for it. Even though they're really fake dating, like, but he's really feeling her, she's really feeling him. Like, she's really making him work for this fake dating. But I'm absolutely in love, and I definitely will be continuing with this series. Now, this book, oh my goodness. This one had me laughing so hard, okay? So this one is about this teen idol. Everybody's in love with him, you know, and he's in this like K-pop group. And there's this one girl, I can't remember her name. She's like obsessed with him. She's in his fan club. She knows everything about him and everything. So there's this event coming up and she needs money. And she gets a job cleaning houses. And whose house does she end up cleaning? His house. And she gets to see the whole other side of him. So, you know, on stage, you get to see his A side. And at home, he's a totally different person, his B side. And he is hilarious when he is at home because, like, he's, like, grumpy. He, you know, he doesn't believe in himself. Like, he wears, like, really baggy clothes. He barely takes care of himself. He's just, like, insecure. And she's like, oh, my God, like, no. She was like, I'm going to help you. And you're going to be everything that I think that you are, but in a good way. She's not like, oh, you're not allowed to have feelings and you have to act like this all the time. Like, she's like, no, you need to, like, learn your worth and know that you're, you know, you're worthy of all these things that you don't think that you, I mean, that you keep preaching to everybody else. So, so she has to, like, basically, like, be his keeper. It is hilarious. Like, one moment he's cool and then the next moment he's, like, go off the deep end, and she's like, oh my God, come back over here. It is so funny. But yes, I had a really good time reading this one, and I think I will definitely continue with this series. I was flipping through, I was actually at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I was flipping through like one of the volumes, and it had me laughing because there was some references that were still going on in the first book that were going on in like the fourth and the fifth book, and I just started giggling. Like, he is a mess. So yes, definitely worth picking up. Then we have this manga. Let's link and click. So this one was pretty interesting. I love the cover of it, like how it's like all like shiny like that. So these two work at this agency that they're able to basically, a client comes in with a picture and a problem, and they're able to go into that picture and go back in time at that moment in that picture and try to fix what their client wants to. So I think they have like three different scenarios that happen, and a couple of them they do change them, and then the other ones, you know, it's hit or miss whether, and they only have so much time that they can go back. I think it's like 24 hours or 48 hours to fix whatever is wrong. So, and they can't let people know because they end up going into that person's body. So like whoever's in that picture, that's who they end up as. So, and they don't have like their memories or anything, so they're just trying to figure shit out on the clock, you know. So, and it kind of hints to like maybe these two will hit it off and be more, but it's, you know, just like the suggestion of it. I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty cool. There was sometimes that the panels were a little too dark and a little bit too like bunched up to where you couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. I remember telling my friend Jen, I was like, I hope this panel wasn't important to know because I could not see it for the life of me, and I could not figure it out for the life of me. But overall, it was a really like entertaining and dope concept. I think that there's a anime about this one, so I don't know if I'm going to continue on. Mangas are very expensive, so I feel like if I don't love them, then I'm good. Like I'll put it on the back burner for right now because they're like $25 a piece. So yeah, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. But so this will be something like if I see it on sale or something, then I'll pick it up then. But yeah. Next we have Inside Mari. This is the same person that wrote Blood on the Tracks and Flowers of Evil. You have this dude in the middle that you see right there. I can't remember his name. Forgive me. And he is like, has no directions. Like he's in his mid-20s ain't shit. He dropped out of school, just sitting there playing video games all day. And like every day around 9 o'clock at night, he goes to the convenience store and he runs into this girl. And he's like infatuated with her. He never talks to her. He's not like doing creepy shit where he follows her, but they leave at the same time. So they're in the store at the same time and they leave at the same time. Well, she's never noticed him, but the one night she actually turns around and makes eye contact with him. And it goes like to night to morning. And he wakes up and now he's her. He's in her body. He has no idea how he got there. He's freaking out. He doesn't have any of her memories. He has his memories. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? So he tries to go about the day trying to figure out what's going on and what happened. And then he goes and tries to like piece shit together and it's still not making sense. And he's really just trying to like keep it together. And people are asking him like, what the hell's wrong with you, Mari? You know? And he's like trying to play as if he's her. And it's just so trippy. Like he has a great way of telling a story. So, and then at the end you find out something else. Like somebody is aware of what's going on. So that's where it left off at. This series is very long, I believe, just like Blood on the Tracks, where there's like 10, 12 books. I believe I saw them on Hoopla, so I will be reading it that way instead of collecting like all the books. But yes, this is very interesting story, and I am here for it. Next we have this cute little Yuri, Just Friends, and this one is ridiculously cute. You get to meet these two girls I met in at camp, and some shit goes down at camp, but it's really innocent, like kind of like bi awakening, you know, like you know, the first little innocent love, and then they end up meeting later on down their years, and you realize that they've been like on and off their whole life, you know, like over the time that they've met each other to the time that they're like in their mid 20s, almost 30s. So, and you get it goes back and forth to like when they were in camp, and then it goes to where they're sitting down eating and talking and about shit that happened in between. It's very well put together. I know I'm not telling it very well, but it's very well put together, very innocent, very PG-13, like, but it hits you all in the feels. I didn't see the end coming. I had to actually go back and read it over again. I'm like, is this right? And I actually loved the ending. Not every, spoiler alert, not everything ends up the way that you hope. Like, it doesn't always have a happy ending. But yes, it was very fitting. So, standalone, really good. So, next one we have Moon and Sun, and this is about a guy. He's, you know, in the Yakuza. I know I'm saying that word wrong. So he's in the crime family, and he doesn't feel like he's worth anything. You know, he has like no direction. Nobody believes in him. He doesn't believe in himself. So he's always like getting his ass into trouble. Then he ends up meeting this person that works at the club, and they basically make him it's kind of like enemies to lovers type shit, you know, makes him believe in himself in a fucked up way. Not a fucked up way, but like not in a non-conventional way. So, and he becomes infatuated with them, so, and starts to see things in a different light, you know. So I liked it. I really liked it. I don't know if I'll continue on with it as far as like collecting it on my shelf. This is another one that I saw on Hoopla, so I will continue that way. And there's a lot of funny parts in this, because like he does stupid shit, and it's like funny to get, like, he's trying to get their attention, but in like the most childish ass ways. And I'm just like, boy, you gonna get and he gets his ass just handed to him. It is hilarious. So, but yeah, really easy read, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all the shenanigans and the sexy times and all that stuff. So yeah. And we have only The Flowers Know. This book was very fucking confusing to me. I'm sorry. Like, I could barely finish it because it was just like so all over the place. You meet this dude, they're both in college. One's like really obsessed with flowers, like, and the other one is kind of like that, but not as deep as him. And then they just end up forming a friendship that turns into something else. I could not get into it. I struggled to finish this. I even went on Goodreads and was like, does anybody else feel this way? Yes, absolutely. So I was like, oh my God, and there's more of these. So, I mean, just because it wasn't for me doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. And I was so disappointed because I was like, oh, it's a BL. Why don't I like this? But no, and I don't like it that it, like, the way that it started off, I had no idea what was going on. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is so confusing. It just wasn't clear on, like, really what was going on. So, no, I'm good. Right? But for a book that I did like, that has been sitting on my shelf, that is another webtoons, and that is Freaking Romance. This book was hilarious. So you get to meet this girl. Her parents want her to be a doctor, and she wants to follow her dreams. She wants to do what she wants to do. So her parents kick her out, and she ends up living in this apartment, but the apartment is known to be haunted. And she's like, hell, fuck it, I'll take my chances because the rent is hella cheap. I'm on my own, like, can't go back home. Let me just do me, right? So I'm gonna live here. And the ghost that ends up being in the house with her is hella hot. So she's like she's always trying to, like, talk to him, and she's not scared of him. Like, she's like into the paranormal shit, you know. And her best friend is like, girl, you're crazy, get the hell up out of there. And come to find out that it's not a ghost. Like, the guy is actually in, like, they're like parallel universes, and they're colliding some way. So she can see him at times, and he can see her at times. So, and yeah, it's really cute. It's hella funny. That girl is she's so funny. And I finding myself like laughing out loud at a couple of things. The art in it is ridiculously cute. Okay, she wears cat ears all the time. Somebody was really bothered by that, but I was like, oh, she's like Louise, like with her bunny ears and Bob's Burger. So I thought it was cute, but she's hilarious. So this is another one that is pretty expensive, but I think I'm going to pick up the second one because I really did enjoy the first one. So yeah. All right. For my last book, man, okay, here we go. I read Homunculus, volumes 3 and 4. This is the compendium. Oh my goodness, this fucking book had me all the way fucked up. All right, so I have to tell you the premise of this book for me to tell you about these volumes. So you meet this guy. He's down on his luck. He's living out of his car. You're not too sure why, but you know, he seems like a humble dude. You know, he just looks like he's fallen on bad times, you know. Sleeps out in the park, hangs out with the other homeless people, okay? One day he's propositioned by this med student that has like all this money, all these resources and shit, and wants to do this experiment on him. And he's like, I'll give you money, and to do that, in order to get this big ass sum of money, I'm going to drill a hole in your head, right in the middle of your head, and I'm going to open up basically your third eye. So, and it's called the homunculus. So it happens, so different things happen to different people, and he wants to record what happens to him after he drills this hole in his head. So he agrees, and it works, and he's able to see people's soul, and everybody looks differently. You see a thin man, like, you know, you may see a big person, but they inside them, they're really thin. Or like, you know, this girl, she's like a reptile, you know, like she's very, very snaky, you know, very not a good person and stuff like that. So he could see that. So I was for it. Number 1 and 2, crazy art, beautiful. Okay, So he's going around and he's testing out his new abilities. And they're scary, of course, because, you could see things that other people can't see, and you're wondering if you're fucking just losing your mind because you do have a hole in your head, And it makes you to believe that this person is straightforward, And then number 3 and volumes 3 and 4, you see it took a whole fucking dark turn. Now, I know it sounds great, and if you read this, just know that these volumes are very heavy. There is SA in it, and baby, they show everything. So he ends up meeting this girl, and he can see her soul, and she's all fucked up. At home, she's one person. Outside, she's not. There's cutting in here. There's all kinds of shit that she does. She steals. She cuts herself. She works at this place where men could look at her but not touch her because she's underage, and they can see her in suggestive poses and stuff like that, and they could buy parts of her, articles of her clothing. It just gets fucking weird. So the dude, the dude that's paying him, this med student, he is talking about how he can pursue her and get to sleep with her. And our protagonist, our main dude, is like led to believe that like he's trying to save her from him, being a fucking predator and shit. So he follows her, and he sees her homunculus, and he feels like he can change her and make her better. And by that, he assaults her. And I was like, what in God's name is going on? Oh my, what am I reading? I did not see this coming. And then come to find out, the whole twist is that this dude that we're following, thinking that he's a good guy, he's not a good guy. He's a narcissist. He is selfish. He is everything just shitty. He's a womanizer. Like, so he thinks he's like, I feel like he's like, thinks that he's godlike right now, that he's above, like, or he thinks that he's doing good, and he has to do extreme things for the outcome to be the best that it could be. But it's just him being his shitty ass self. And it was hard to read. It was very hard to read. Oh my goodness. I skipped over a few pages, and then I was hella mad because it was just like, a lot of it was like, what the fuck did I just read? So I had to sit on it for a while and really think about it. And I'm just like, okay, I see what he was trying to do. I even went online to like kind of see what other people thought about certain parts. And I liked the twist, but at the same time, like, I didn't need to see all that. So I know that there's 2 more omnibuses. I tried to find it online for free, even at the library. So I'm curious to see what happens. Even though this one was really hard to read, I'm curious to see how it goes down. But I don't know if I want them on my shelves, if that makes sense. So if I ever see them out in the wild, maybe for cheap, maybe at the library, yeah. But if you do get into the series, just be warned that these 2 volumes are very, very heavy. So, and I think that's it for this week. I'm going back to work, so my reading will probably slow down tremendously, but I still have a couple more weeks, so I'm going to try to bang out as many as I can. So stay tuned. Welcome to week 3. I didn't do too bad. Like I said, I had to go back to work and get back into the swing of things, so tired and just life. So I was only able to get 4 in, which is still good. Better than nothing. So let me share the first one. And that is My Androgynous Boyfriend. This one was really cute. This is a story about a couple, and the boyfriend loves fashion, he loves makeup, he loves like being pretty, feeling pretty, and his girlfriend is more like, she ain't got time. Like she's a very attractive girl, but she just don't have time to like put a whole lot of work into herself, and she's just trying to get her career going and stuff like that. And it's just like their everyday, I want to say, like, problems that they have to go through and being a couple, you know, how taboo it seems at times for whatever fucking reason. He has people approach him and say, oh, you know, you like girls, or oh, you got a girlfriend, or oh, like, they're so surprised by it. And she's like always conflicted too, his girlfriend, because she's like, he's like so, you know, well put together and cares, and then he's with me. Like, half the time I don't even brush my hair. Like, but he absolutely adores her, and they just go through that together. And you get to see their cute little lives together, and how, you know, how they're in love and how they look at each other, and little moments in their everyday life. But he works for this clothing company, I believe, and his boss basically wants him to keep it on the down low that he has a girlfriend, because it's not like good for business. And he's like, yeah, fuck that. So I liked it that they tackled a topic like that. Like, just because he likes makeup, just because he likes to dress a certain way and stuff, doesn't mean that he fits in the category that people think that he should, you know. And he just lives free. Like, that's him. And you either like it or you fucking don't, and you keep it pushing, you know. So, but I liked it about that. I would love to have seen them like flush the girlfriend out a little bit more, because all they talked about was, oh, you know, oh, you're pretty, oh, you're this, or it was just her job, like, and him. So I would like to have like more like, you know, not as vanilla as it was with her. But overall, it was a cute little read. So next, I have Signs of Affection, which I read before, but I needed to read it over for the other volumes because I couldn't really remember. So you have this girl, I think her name's Yuki, and she is deaf, and she was born deaf, and she's in college, and she meets this boy. I can't remember his name. And she meets him, and he likes to like travel. He likes to learn different languages, and he catches Yuki's eye on the subway one day, and you know, there's an instant attraction and stuff, and he starts pursuing her, and she falls head over heels. You know, they fall for each other, and yeah, so it's like almost like a love triangle too, because her friend that she's known for a long time since they were kids is interested in her too, you know, but he just goes about it in like a shitty ass way, you know. So you get to see them meet for the first time and interact with each other. At first I'm like, what is this boy's intentions with this girl? And like Yuki, she's very innocent, very sheltered, and I don't know if it was just because like she couldn't hear, so everybody like coddled her and like kept her in like this little bubble, you know. And then he's actually like more like, no, she could do for herself, no, she can go there, no, she could do this, you know, like really taking her out of the comfort zone. So he kind of looks like an asshole at times, but I don't think so. I think as the more that I read, it seemed like he genuinely gave a fuck about her. Like, yeah, she was interesting because of her world and what she goes through every day sparked his interest besides what she looks like, but I genuinely think that he gives a shit about her. So yeah. Then I read The World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter. This one is so silly. So you have the dude that's upside down right there. He is like an accountant in his world, right? So it's like kind of like isekai, like he gets sucked into another world with this other girl. So he's walking one day and he hears a girl like screaming, and he, you know, goes and tries to aid her, and she's like being sucked into like this portal, and he's trying to grab her, but he's sucked in with her. So they end up in this other world, and she is supposedly destined to be the maiden to help this new world. And they didn't expect him to come, so they give him purpose, so he becomes an accountant there. And that the other dude is a knight in this realm, and he wards off the monsters and everything that's out there in the forest that's like fucking up the realm, you know. So this bean counter starts, you know, like putting everything together, organizing this whole little fucking palace and everything, and then he's stumbling upon like bullshit that people have like been overlooking, and he actually gets hurt, and the knight ends up saving him. So that's how they end up like being involved with each other, you know. So cute little BL. If you're looking for something that's like PG, this is for you. There's nothing, I mean, there's stuff that's suggested, but it's nothing like a lot of BL and yaoi out there like that can get you know, very rated R. So yes, this is very cute, and I like how he's just driven by his job. Like that's all that matters. Like he doesn't think about anything else, but he be calling people out on their bullshit. Like, and the night, you know, he's kind of like grumpy sunshine type shit, you know. So yeah, very cute start. My best friend loves this series. So, and I mainly got it for her. Like when I first saw it, obviously I love BL, let me pick it up. Then she loved it, and then I just keep continuing to pick it up just for her. So yeah. Oops. And then I actually read the second one too. So basically you get to see him still trying to figure out like where the money's going and why are they needing so much money, and he's like disrupting the flow of things, you know, like the captain of the guard. He, you know, he's out here splurging money, and then homeboy is like stopping him from getting the funds, so now he's got a problem with it. I want to say the lord of the place is like got his eye on him. The maiden is trying to hit on the knight right there. He ain't having it. His focus is on the little bean counter. Like it is a mess. So it's very cute, but yeah, not a bad. I know that I have 3, 4, and 5 to still read. So yeah, and that is it for week 3. I'll be back. I am back for the final week. Oh my goodness, I feel like January's just flown by. I know it'd be feeling long, but for me, it just like fucking flew by. So I managed to get in 5 books this week, and those are the first one, Blue Flag. This has been sitting on my dresser on my shelves for a long time. So I'm not even too sure why I didn't read it, because my friend Angie told me it was a good series, and which it was a good start. So you meet the 2 boys right there. They've been friends for a long time, since they were younger. And the blonde hair boy back there, he's the more popular, everybody loves him, you know, easy going, like just like golden retriever, you know. Then you have the more, you know, reserved, don't really care for having friends and shit, very socially awkward boy in the middle, you know. And then you have that girl on the end, and she's like a classmate of both of them, and she asks the black hair boy to help her get his friend to notice her, and he's like, the fuck, like, no, I'm not doing that. At first he wasn't, but then he was like, well, okay, fuck it, I'll help you. But in that process, he starts like noticing her, noticing all the things and all the qualities, because she's trying to change herself to be something that she thinks that the, you know, blonde hair boy likes. But then, you know, the dark hair boy's talking about how, you know, she's already, you know, perfect the way she is. And then come to find out, the blonde boy is in love with his best friend. So it's like this love triangle, you know, and it was so funny at times, like how that, you know, you'll giggle at a couple of parts, and I just thought it was a really good time. So I'm with the love triangle, especially because he's in love with his best friend. I was like, yes, let's fucking go. So I may pick up the rest. I may look for it at my library. I know there's like 8 volumes. So, but yeah, this is a very good read. PG-13, No, actually PG, because nothing's really going on. At least not yet. So, yeah. Very cute read. Then, I ended up reading Signs of Affection, Volume 2. Let's see if I can fit all of them on there. 3. 4. And the 5th one, you see what they look like. I'm just going to put the 5th one right here so you can see it too. So, this is still following them. They're together now, and you get to see them just trying to navigate this relationship, because, you know, Yuki being deaf and him traveling, because like he's a part of like the international club for school and stuff, so he travels and leaves for like months on end and shit. So basically like a long distance relationship, you know, her very first relationship, just every other thing, you know, and then it gets to show like what I appreciated too is like you got to kind of see into the deaf community and the different things that they go through and things that, you know, people that can hear kind of take for granted. So I appreciated that. The last volume had me laughing because the other boy that loves Yuki, her boyfriend, that one right there, the silver haired boy, confronted him and was trying to like make friends with him, and he's like, no, I don't like you, like, or I don't want to like you, you know. But he was like just like trying to hang out with him, trying to get along with him and shit. So yeah, but she's just trying to, and you see Yuki coming out of her comfort zone and trying to live more. I like her. She has a best friend, and her best friend, I like the little side story between them two, because she likes his best friend, I think, and the way that they're trying to get together is so damn cute. So yeah, and he's really trying to understand Yuki, and not, because sometimes she makes it comfortable for other people instead of like other people trying to accommodate her, you know. So, and he's always like reminding people of that shit at times, and then like he seems standoffish at times, like, and you're like, what the fuck is up with this dude? But he's just, I don't know, he's just very observant and doesn't like, he's not quick to talk or anything, you know. But when he's with Yuki, he's very, very gentle with her and very intense. The way he looks at her, oh my god, like, I want somebody like me like that, like. But yeah, very cute series. I know it's, I don't know, so some people are like on the fence about the series, but I mean, overall the volumes that I did have 1 through 5 were good. The art is very beautiful, as you can see in the front. But yeah, love it. So there you have it. I think overall I read 26 volumes, 27 volumes, something like that. And I actually read like other things that I have been waiting for, or just didn't feel like working on my, you know, my list. But, and then I've already given some away. That's why you don't see all of them here. I think I'm only going to keep not even a handful of them and make way. I still have a lot down here to still read, and back there to still read. But I think I made a really good dent, and I'm very proud of myself. Staying on task, seeing shit through, and I definitely am going to keep on, because, like I said, I need the room, and for other books, obviously, for more bullshit. I need more room for more bullshit, but yeah. And I'm happy that I can get the things that I don't like and give them to my friend, and maybe she'll like them, and, you know, it's just like a win-win-win. So yeah, thank you for watching. When I read more, I'll let you guys know, keep you updated. But yeah, this is the year to get all this shit read and get it out of here if I don't like it. But I appreciate you, all the time that you spend listening to me yap about dumb shit. So love you, appreciate you, and take care.